Hey traders, in today's lesson I'm going to show you some stock trading tips on how to scan for the strongest stocks in the strongest industries. Now this can really help us navigate these markets and find some nice winners, so stay tuned. Brand new video on how to scan for the strongest stocks in the strongest industries. And I want to welcome you to another lesson. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm super glad to have you. If you're new to my channel, new to any of my lessons, I want to welcome you as well, and I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel as well as any other lessons I have on chart reading, managing market volatility, and scanning. So if you're interested in trading the markets, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my recent trading videos. Now, right here, I'm going to do this in stockcharts.com. I'm sure there are other platforms that have something similar set up, but I want to show it in stockcharts.com. It is a fairly cheap service that most people can afford. I think it's like $24 a month. But again, your own broker might have this. I think it's so important, especially in times of market volatility, which we're in since I'm currently recording this in May of 2022, that when the market is coming under the pressure or when market is selling off, I always ask myself, okay, the market's going down, what's holding up, right? What is bucking the trend? Now, sometimes you're going to have some stuff that, some stuff like utilities that might be bucking the trend. Do you really want to buy a bunch of utilities? Me, not all the time. I'd rather just sit in the cash unless it's a really good looking chart. So what I want to do is I want to show you how I use stock charts. We're going to find the strongest industries and then we're going to break it down by, of these industries, which ones have some strong looking stocks in them and for potential candidates for our watch list. So I'm right here in stockcharts.com. You can see I'm a pro member. 6 years, going strong. So I'm going to go to this members tool, right? Member tools, and I'm going to scroll down to the industry summary, okay? So I'm going to scroll down to industry summary, and I'm going to go to table view, and then I'm going to I'm going to look at the last 1 month. I think that if you look at some of these industries on a weekly basis, right, what you can do is you can cross-reference what sectors or industries have been strong on a 1 and 3 month basis, so you know that you really have a good looking trend. So let's talk about the difference between, so I got 1 month, right, and you can see I have all these sectors. I have 10 sectors in the communications, you have discretionary, you have staples, these are in alphabetical order, energy, financial, healthcare, industrial, materials, real estate, technology, and utilities. Those are 10 sectors. So we're going to talk about the industries because all these little things right here, these are the industries. Now, if you really want to narrow some things down, we're going to buy the strongest stocks in the strongest industries in the strongest sectors. History has shown, and a lot of studies have been done out there, that approximately 40 to 50% of a stock's overall move is just based on the industry that it's in. It's moving in line because for some odd reason that industry is hot. Whether, shipping containers is non-attractive as that sounds. It doesn't sound like an attractive tech stock, but everything from shipping containers to food, right? Lately food has done pretty well. But what we're going to do is we're going to look and say, okay, of all these sectors, I'm going to break down the sub-industries or the industries based on a 1 month time frame, and I'm going to see if I can find some good looking stocks, because I can click on this industry and it'll show me all the stocks within this industry. So let's just start here. Let's just kind of do a basic scan. And honestly, this scan is pretty easy because there's so much red, it's really easy to see the green. Okay, so in the last 1 month, you can see that the fixed line telecommunications industry is up 2.64%. Not very exciting, but then again, it's a lot better than some of this stuff down here in discretionary. So furnishing up 2%, okay? Soft drinks, tobacco, brewers, these are your staples. These are your recession-proof. People are going to buy beer and Diet Coke and tobacco, whether there's a recession or not. Energy is something that's looking interesting. So far we have 2 energy industries that are beating everything else we looked at, okay, over the last 1 month. And just FYI, it's so interesting because, we can buy broad energy ETFs, but I would advise you to maybe buy the industry ETFs, because if I buy a broad energy ETF, I'm going to get this negative performance in coal, mixed in with my, exploration and production energy in oil. This could easily offset this, making the whole ETF at about break even, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to focus on these two. I'm going to come back. We're just kind of giving it the good old eye test, right? You can see financials, which is really interesting that financials are down so much given the rise in interest rates, but healthcare has not done good over the last 1 month. And trucking has held in there the best, but you can see that a lot of red. Paper is a leader, so we might come back to that. Hotel, lodging REITs, that is up over 3%, so we might come back to that. So let's just say 3% is our threshold. It'll be different depending on the market environment, but I've identified 4 industries that really can move and move pretty nicely. And that's the hotel and lodging industry right here, right? Even though all the other REITs in this sector, all the other REITs are looking bad, you have a standout. Okay, I'm going to pay attention there. You have paper, right? And we're going to come back to that. And then we have 2 energy industries that we're going to dive a little bit deeper. So now we have 4 identifiable industries that are looking good on a 1-month basis. And you can go longer. Sometimes I'll say, okay, what's up on the 1 year or the 1 month? What's up on the 3 month? And then I'll cross-reference to see if I can see a pattern here. We can do that real quick if we want to and see, okay, let's go to the 3 month now. So you got fixed telecommunications. That's looking good. Consumer staples is looking good. But look at this. So you have these 2 that we already looked at. They are still very strong on a 3-month basis. So I'd say that passes the 1 to 3 month test. And pharmaceuticals is looking good, but it hasn't been looking good the last month. Defense is looking good. Materials, there's really nothing there. Hotel, that's still up there, right? So that's still good. So we'll come back to that. And so far we identified hotel REITs, which I'd say is still positive on a 3-month basis. What we have, what else were we looking at? We had these 2, even though coal is still up, but if you remember, it's down 15% in the last month. So these are also showing strength. And what was that 4th one? I can't remember. We got those 2. We got the hotel. Oh, we got the paper. So let's come back to that. Paper did not look very strong on a 3-month basis. So let me go back to paper. That's about at break even. I might look at that for fun. But let's just focus on the 3, right? We can't look at them all. Can't scan the whole market. But, we can scan on what's looking good right now. So we can say, okay, I'm just going to open these lists of stocks. Look at that. Voila. Right now, you can kind of keep in mind that some of these are going to be low-price stocks. I might rank these based on Scooter right there. So that is their proprietary relative strength ranking. You can also do this. But then you're going to have to cut out some of these lower price stocks, okay? So I'm going to rank them based on Scooter. And you can see right here what some of these stocks have done in the last month. You have Oxy. We all know that Warren Buffett has bought a significant stake in that. And this does not look done. You have a major bull bar, a consolidation, a re-break. That's a continuation right there. That's a breakout right there today, as a matter of fact. So that would be considered a buy range. Let's look at this one. Okay. This one looks a little bit more volatile. You got some big volume bars down here. Maybe not. Maybe the volume is there. So that's just kind of in a steady uptrend. All right, one to put on the watch list. Let's look at this. This Royalty Trust. I'm not familiar with BPT. That looks like a really, really strong stock. Probably not tons of volume. Yeah, there's 359,000 shares traded on a Monday, so that's good enough for me. But look at this surge. Look at this surge. This stock hasn't even consolidated yet, right? This is in consolidated mode. So if this breaks out, that would be a good idea to put on your watch list. So out of the ones we just looked at, I like Oxy and BPT. Let's go look at some others. Now I can't go through them all. You know, I'm trying to keep the video short, but let's go to just kind of the next one on the list. And you can see right here, you have, let's look at CVE. All right, CVE, that's in a nice steady Freddy trend. I'd wait for a consolidation. So I'm going to go to the next one on the list. And a lot of them might look like this. Phillips, it looks like a pretty choppy stock. Probably not my cup of tea, even though it is breaking out. You see it breaking out right here. It's breaking out right here on above average volume, even though there was tons of selling over here. I might just look for something else. Let me just go to the next one on the list, and we're just going to kind of go through these. This stock has a history of going nowhere, sideways consolidation. I can do better. Yeah, so this one is just in a straight up channel, right? It's just kind of grinding its way higher. I got to be honest with you. I just looked at 4 quick stocks in this industry. I like everything I saw in this better. I like Oxy better. I like BP better. Now, as far as analyzing stocks, that could be more of a personal preference. I've done how to analyze a chart on another video. This is just really how to find the stocks to put on your watch list. We can look at one more and see if, yep, they're kind of all looking the same. No real consolidations. A lot of them seem extended to me. So, and that's kind of one reason why I might pass. They just seem extended. So we looked at 2 in the energy space, and let's go to hotel lodging. Let's go to this REIT right here. And there's not as much broad participation in this, but you know, we might find something. HT, that's going sideways and going nowhere. I'll pass. MGM. What's happening here? Did this thing get bought out? Why are these bars right here? I'd have to investigate further. I would say that if this, it looks like the last 2 weeks it hadn't even been trading. So, but I would like this. If it wasn't, I'd have to see what else is going on here. But you got a deep consolidation and a breakout. I just don't know what's going on the last weeks. I'd have to do a little more investigating. And then let's look at one more. This one, HST, that's really kind of choppy all over the place. That doesn't excite me. So far the only things that excite me are the Oxy Petroleum. And none of these REIT stocks really look good in my opinion. Just for giggles, let's go look at the paper, see if anything looks good. You got some green right here, very small. It should be pretty easy to kind of look at. That's gone nowhere for a year. I'm going to pass. That chart has gone, it doesn't look good. It's the same price it was a year ago. I'm going to pass. All right, I'll look at one more and then I'll make my conclusion. This chart is just a roller coaster. I'm going to pass. So, you know, after looking at everything, I have to go back to the very first thing we looked at, and that's the exploration and production list of stocks, and I'm going to double click it. So this Occidental Petroleum looked pretty good. This BP looked pretty good. I haven't even looked at it. So I'm probably going back here. That stock looks pretty extended. So, but I like those 2 stocks out of just what I've looked at so far. It doesn't mean that I won't keep going. But, you know, we're trying to find the strongest stocks in the strongest industries, in the strongest sectors. And so far, at least on the last 3 and 1 months, you know, I really scanned the whole market pretty quickly just based on the strength of industries. And I found a couple potential candidates that are going to be put in my watch list. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a comment below. I really enjoy comments. That helps other people find us, as well as I love answering questions. So, or if you have other videos, other topics you would like me to review, please feel free to do that. Now, if you're new to my channel, I want to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my recent trading videos. In addition, you can check out my website, thetradersplan.com, and there's some great training on that. Great presentation on that homepage. You can click the button below for that. So I hope this was helpful. I will see you on the next training session.